Hello and welcome to the latest episode of WWE 2K19 Universe Mode. It's time for the second episode of SmackDown, and we're kicking things off with a big six-man tag team match. The New Day are going to take on the new tandem. I say tandem, does that mean two or three? The new grouping of Cesaro and the Revival. Of course, this goes back to Backlash when Revival tried to help Cesaro win his Intercontinental Championship match against Lio Rush. They were unsuccessful, but on the last episode of SmackDown, they took on Lio Rush and the Usos. So of course, the Revival beat the Usos at Backlash for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and they won that match. So it's time for their latest test, taking on New Day. Xavier Woods, Big E and Kofi Kingston. Cesaro getting ready to come out here. Still using Sheamus's video, that's good. I'll change that. And here he is, the Swiss Superman, Cesaro. I'll see if they've got the old Cesaro Titantron music in the game, and we'll change that out. Here he comes. As I pointed out, he lost his match at Backlash. He was given the Intercontinental Championship opportunity. And despite Scott Dawson running in halfway through and taking out Lio Rush, Rush still got the win. So Cesaro has a point to prove in this match. He is going to be teaming with our inaugural SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, the Revival.
And his partners at a combined weight of
Here they are.
46 pounds, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Scott Dawson and Dash
Managed to defeat the Usos in the opening match at Backlash, or the opening SmackDown match at least. Of course, we saw last week Heavy Machinery managed to defeat AOP, potentially getting them in line for a future tag match. Tag title match, that is. Of course, we also, later today, have the Ascension are going to take on the B Team. So again, that might also lead to some future tag team title opportunities. But for now, Cesaro and Big E are going to start things off. Cesaro takes Big E down. Of course, the structure of these episodes, if you've missed the previous few, we'll be playing 2 matches on video and recording 3 others. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to show you the opening match of each, simulate the 3 in the middle, and then show you the main event as well. Big E knocks Cesaro out the ring here. Later tonight, our main event, the match that will be on video that we will be playing through, is Baron Corbin versus ELIAS. Of course, we said last week during Mustafa Ali against Samoa Joe, the winner of that would face the winner of Corbin versus ELIAS to earn a future WWE Championship match against Aleister Black at Backlash. Ali won that match, so Ali will face either Corbin or Elias next week. The winner of that will face Aleister Black for the WWE Championship at Backlash. Extreme Rules. We've had Backlash rather. Big E, I'm not sure what he's doing there. Cesaro takes advantage, gets him into the corner. Can't capitalise. Does get him out though. And straight back into the corner. That's not where Big E wants to be. Cesaro tags in Dawson. Swing from Cesaro. And a big drop kick from Dawson. and already signs that these three men are on the same page. The Revival, of course, know each other so well. Cesaro, a tag team specialist in WWE and, of course, in wrestling. Of course, used to be a member of the Kings of Wrestling with Chris Hero. Came to WWE. He's been in teams such as the Real Americans, The Bar, and again, both Wilder and Cesaro showing their tag team prowess there. The other team I was going to mention was Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Dawson's going to make his way to the outside to join Big E. Big E's not managed to tag out of this match yet. That might have to change if he's going to have any chance of survival, and the New Day are going to have any chance of winning. But nails Dawson with a couple of knees on the outside. Dawson manages to counter and gets him back in. Again, prevents Big E from making a tag, and straight back into the Revival's corner, and tags in Wilder. Dawson has the legs locked. Wilder going to work on them with a stomp. Of course, we're talking about Cesaro and the Revival quite a lot, but you'd have to think if the New Day win this, they could be in line for a future SmackDown Tag Team title match as well, because they haven't had a match in Universe Mode yet, but if they win their first one against the champions, that has to put them somewhere near the front of the line. Big power slam from Wilder. Big E is not a small man, so that shows a lot of strength to do that. Big E still not managed to tag out of this match yet, which is a worrying sign. Although Wilder's now in New Day's corner, and Big E tags in Woods. Big double shoulder block, and Woods is fresh. Wilder manages to get out of that though. And I think he was going for potentially a high cross powerbomb, couldn't make it, and a tag from Wilder to Cesaro. Cesaro's in, going to work on Woods with an uppercut. Stomps in the corner. And Cesaro is on top now. His team regain control, but Woods gets out. And an uppercut of his own to Cesaro. Bit of a taste of his own medicine there for the Swiss cyborg, known as a bit of an uppercut specialist in WWE. Manages to get out of the corner and escape. And a big drop kick. Cesaro's former tag team partner in the draft, of course not drafted, that being Sheamus, so he's in NXT for now. Big E tags in. It's perhaps not the smartest choice there from Xavier Woods. He's tagged in Big E instead of Kofi Kingston. Big E's already taken a lot of offense in this match. And Cesaro now with a big uppercut. And he's going to charge up, I think. And this match hasn't been going for a particularly long time. I was thinking it could be over. I'm sure Cesaro was setting up for the neutralizer there, but Big E manages to counter. And Big E launches Cesaro into the corner. A big DDT from Cesaro. And Big E's busted open. Wilder with a cheap shot. Tags in now. Dash is legal. And Cesaro once again going for the swing on Big E, and again a drop kick from Wilder. And it has been all, I say all, majority of the match has been taken by Cesaro and the Revival. A very impressive showing. Again Big E was going for that big shoulder in the corner. This time it's Wilder that counters it. E now, I think he was trying to get Wilder up for something. Couldn't quite make it. And now Wilder takes Big E to the corner. And Dawson has a hold of him. And that is some good tag team offense. Perhaps questions can be said about the referee. Dawson's not legal. Should he be doing that? But we have to let it slide. Big E now in the corner. And Wilder here has Big E up. And I'm not sure what he's going for. It looks like he's going for a big suplex to the outside. And Big E crashed and burned. Wilder can't be 100% after that as well. Cesaro had a front row seat. Wilder just sent Big E absolutely flying through the air with a massive superplex to the outside. And that was impressive from Wilder. He's going to go for the pin. Is that all she wrote? No, because Kofi Kingston, who's still not actually been legal in this match yet, manages to break up the fall. Cesaro takes him out though. Kofi Kingston's down on the outside now. And now it's Cesaro with a bit of tag team offense. And Wilder going to the top rope. Goes for a splash but misses. Big E back to its feet. I think Big E needs to tag out here really. But he's not doing so in Revival. And Cesaro have a chance again. Because Wilder's tagging in. The former United States champion. Going after the legs of the big man. And Cesaro with a big spinning lariat there. Wasn't really a lariat, more just a straight punch. And Big E looks to be setting Cesaro up for a big power bomb and does so. And with Cesaro down, tags in Woods. Again, Kofi's still not been in, but he's only just got back to the apron. And Xavier was with a big elbow. And whatever he had in mind there, Cesaro's countered it. Cesaro and Woods, that's a match I wouldn't mind seeing in singles action. Woods here. Cesaro's in danger zone, but he manages to escape the ring. Comes straight back in. And takes advantage of Woods on the apron. Going to bring him back into the ring with a big superplex. Or just a regular suplex really. And Cesaro now. Raining down on Woods. Brings him up with a, slams him down with a big set out powerbomb. And now Woods could be in trouble because Cesaro went for the legs. Woods countered it though. And a big drop kick from Xavier. And it's been a very evenly fought match this, to kick things off on SmackDown. I'm not sure what Xavier keeps going for, but he keeps missing. Cesaro now tagging in Dash Wilder. Wilder looking to take advantage. Big power slam on Woods. Can't follow it up though. Big DDT from Xavier. And this could be his opening. Dragging Wilder to the middle of the ring. Is he going to go for a pin? No, he's not. Gets him up. And takes him to the corner. And I'm not sure what Xavier Woods has in mind here. He's just taking a breather. There we go. That was interesting tactics. And it's allowed Wilder enough time to recover. So in actual fact, whatever Woods was doing there has come back to bite him really. And Wilder now with a big clothesline. And he's going to tag in Dawson. Although the time has allowed Woods to make the tag to Kofi, who's fresh. Can't capitalise on that. Although a big uppercut there to Dawson. And a big double foot stomp. Dawson tried to stop Kofi in his tracks, but Kingston wasn't having any of it. And Kofi now going for the boom drop. Dawson manages to roll out of the way. And what's he going for here? Modified superplex. I keep saying superplex when I mean suplex. And Dawson now has Kofi. He's going to take him to the corner. Tags in Wilder, and I think we know what this means. The Revival nailed the Shatter Machine, and that could be all she wrote. Dawson tried to prevent Big E from breaking up the pin. Does so, but Kofi kicks out of the Shatter Machine. And that is the benefit of tagging in Kofi Kingston when he was fresh. Because if that was Big E or even Xavier Woods that took that Shatter Machine, you'd have to think that that would be game over for the New Day. Kofi now. Dragging Wilder over to the New Day's corner. Dangerous position. Tags in Woods. Gets Wilder with a kick, and now rolls him through. And Xavier puts Wilder in trouble. And we could be seeing the Unicorn Stampede from New Day here. Big E isn't in the ring. He's still down on the outside, but Kofi and Xavier doing a perfectly good job. It looks like Big E's trying to get up so he can get involved here. Woods whips Kofi with a massive drop kick, and Wilder is down. Kofi goes for the pin. Can Wilder kick out? Yes, he can. Kofi taken down by a big knee, and Wilder here has Kofi up, and a backbreaker from Wilder, and again he's going to drag Kofi over to the corner, and they're going to go for the Shatter Machine again, one would think. This time the roles are reversed. It's Dawson with the code breaker going straight for the pin off of it. Wilder now has to prevent both Big E and Kofi from breaking up the pin, and he can't do so. Perhaps we can question there the team cohesion between the Revival and Cesaro, because Wilder came in there, or he stayed in, to help prevent the New Day from breaking up the pin. Cesaro didn't do that, he just stayed on the apron. Perhaps if there was a bit more communication and experience between the trio, he would have been straight in there, and that would have been all she wrote for that match. But it continues. Very hot opening to SmackDown. Dawson though takes out the leg of Kofi now. Rolls him back into the ring. Went for a big punch there, Kofi blocked it. Whips Dawson and went for the double foot stomp. Dawson managed to escape, and he's going for a suplex. I think Kofi gets out of it. Dawson whips Kofi into the corner, and a big clothesline takes out the Ghanaian. And Dawson in the corner now. I think he wanted to tag in Cesaro, but Cesaro seems to be licking his wounds a little bit, so he has to tag in Wilder. And Woods is also legal now. And a big drop kick takes Wilder down. And there's been a little bit of inexperience shown as a group from the Revival of Cesaro there, because I'm sure Dawson wanted to tag Cesaro in there, but Cesaro was too busy taking care of himself, and the wins he's picked up throughout this match. They're on top now though. Big suplex from the Revival. Wilder in particular. And now Cesaro can tag in. And he calls Xavier to his feet. And whatever Cesaro had in mind didn't come off, because Woods takes him out with a clothesline. And Xavier now in Cesaro counters. Certainly a one-on-one match I wouldn't mind seeing. A lot of reversals between Cesaro and Woods. They seem to know each other pretty well. Of course they do play a lot of games together on up, down, down, but it's all competition here on SmackDown, and Woods has taken Cesaro down there. But Cesaro isn't staying down. And another big suplex is going to bring Woods back in. Friends on the outside, but not on the inside of the ring, Cesaro and Woods. And Woods is in treacherous position now in the corner. Revival and Cesaro again going for that big swing. And again it's met by a drop kick. And Wilder has the advantage now. Big elbow. Manages to escape the kick. Wilder, whatever Xavier had in mind there, Wilder escapes. Had a big German suplex from Dash. Big E on the outside. You see the blood on his face. That's a signifier of how competitive this match has been. And a big clothesline from Dash. He was in trouble there, but showed some good mouse to get out of it. And he's going to go for the backbreaker again and lands it. And now could be it, because Wilder is taking Dawson, or tagging Dawson in, and it's another shatter machine, the third of the match. But so far haven't been able to pick up the win, but now they do. And it's Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, the Revival, along with Cesaro, who pick up the win against the New Day. And that was an impressive match and a very, very deserving win for Revival and Cesaro. Weren't completely 100% on the same page throughout the entire match. There we see the big superplex from Dash. But they got the job done, and that's the sign of a successful combination. There we go, they're all very happy with themselves, and that was a fantastic way to open in SmackDown. Revival and Cesaro getting the job done against the New Day. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and Cesaro could be a force to be reckoned with here on SmackDown. And here we are, we're going to simulate these three middle matches now. The first one is Naomi against Bianca Belair. We need a new contender for SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey, and it's not going to necessarily be the winner of this match, but whoever does win this match certainly be thinking about potential future opportunities. We'll click square to randomise it, and it's Bianca Belair who picks up the win. We've got a fatal four-way now. Mojo Rawley, Cedric Alexander, Jason Jordan and R-Truth. Four impressive guys, but they're not quite at the top of the roster. We'll see who manages to come out on top, and it's Jason Jordan who picks up the win. Cedric Alexander taking the fall. Next up, we've got tag team action. The B team are going to take on the Ascension. Of course, Heavy Machinery beat AOP last week. And it's the B team who pick up the win. Bo Dallas pinning Connor. And we might be seeing the crowning of some new number one contenders over the next couple of weeks. And coming up in our final match, we have Elias, who's going to take on Baron Corbin. The winner's going to face Ali next week, and the winner of that is going to face Aleister Black for the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules. Let's get this one underway. And here we go with tonight's main event. The Sinister Songsmith Elias taking on Baron Corbin for an opportunity to face Aleister Black the WWE Championship. Perhaps not the two most popular individuals, but you can't deny their impressiveness in the ring and on the outside. And Elias is all business. He's got his guitar with him. Not entirely sure he's going to give us a concert today. I think he's got bigger things on his mind that include potentially winning the WWE Championship in just a couple of weeks' time. But first, he has to overcome quite a formidable opponent. That man being Baron Corbin. Much like Elias, not exactly the most popular individual. We often get chants of "you can't wrestle" for Baron Corbin, but not entirely sure they're accurate really. Very impressive in the ring for a big man. And Corbin here. Had a couple of WWE Championship matches previously, but has never won them. Of course, failed the Money in the Bank cash-in against Jinder Mahal a couple of years ago. And he was also involved. The one that springs to mind is Fastlane 2018. As part of a six-pack challenge for the WWE Championship, alongside Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena and AJ Styles. Like I say, he's never won the WWE Championship, but he does have an impressive resume, Corbin. And if he does win this match, he will be facing Ali next week. And we're about to get this one underway as the referee rings the bell. And Baron Corbin takes on Elias in our main event. Not entirely sure who the crowd are going to be cheering for in this one. Of course, Mustafa Ali beat Samoa Joe in last week's main event to earn through. Black, the WWE champion, won a fatal four-way at Backlash. Defeated Ricochet with the Black Mass. And some big blows from Corbin, who has the upper hand early on. Elias never had a WWE Championship match previously in WWE. Big end of days, not end of days, deep six from Corbin there. I need to change that moveset, so he's got the deep six as a signature. Keep forgetting to do that. Reaction spills to the outside, now dangerous territory. As Corbin lands, or went for a big clothesline, Elias dodged it, and now he's in control of Corbin. Slams his head against the apron. Make sure if you're watching this, let us know in the comments what you think of Universe Mode so far. Which brand are you preferring? What you think of the episodes as well. And Corbin has the upper hand early. I think he went for a choke slam there, but Elias wasn't quite in position. But Elias is in position now in the Tree of Woe. Turning into Jonathan Ross there, the Tree of Woe. Manages to escape. There's Corbin. And Elias hits a low blow and gets himself disqualified. And Baron Corbin is going to face Mustafa Ali next week because Elias has decided to land a low blow right in front of the referee. And I'm not sure what was going through Elias's mind there. But either way, it's Baron Corbin who advances. He'll face Ali next week. I'm just not sure what was going through Elias's mind there. We'll have to see how it pans out next week. But that brings a slightly impromptu end to this episode. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe for more. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because I'm not sure about you, but I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen here. Not entirely sure what was going through Elias' mind, but Baron Corbin picks up the win by disqualification and earns the right for a #1 contenders match next week. Potential WWE Championship opportunity. So that wraps up SmackDown, and we'll see you next week.